Church family, coming off of our Vision Team update meeting at the end of August, I wanted to share with you more details about the Vision Team's most recent meeting in August and what the team will be working on in its last scheduled meeting at the end of September. You'll remember from previous updates that our team has largely been working on framing our vision with 4 key components: a mission statement, our core values, the outcomes we want to see in our people, and the strategy we will use to accomplish these outcomes. And it's this last component, strategy, that I would like to emphasize in this update. Mission is what we are doing. Core values are why we are doing it. Outcomes are the measures for gauging our success. And the strategy is how we will go about accomplishing our mission as a church. So your vision team has identified 4 core elements to our strategy that we will employ in order to cultivate the unwavering hope of Jesus in every generation. And the first element of our strategy is gathering. Gathering as God's people for worship or fellowship and other similar purposes plays an important role in helping us become more like Jesus. It's in these environments that we give ourselves and our guests the opportunity to hear and respond to the gospel regularly and be encouraged by both it and God's people who are pursuing holiness each and every day. And while our Sunday morning worship services are the most obvious and the most common form of this strategy, they are not the only gathering that we do. Church-wide fellowships or other special events such as a conference or a lecture can play a key part in our strategy to gather together as a church. The second element of our strategy is growing. Gathering the whole church is crucial, but it is not everything. Cultivating hope requires deeper relationships, and that is where growth really starts to take hold. Currently, our Sunday morning life groups are the primary mechanism for this key part of our strategy. We are testing discipleship groups on Wednesday nights for adults this year, and we're also testing a mentoring model with our college students this year. So, while growing is a key part of our strategy, and while life groups are locked in as an essential part of this strategy, we continue to pray over and try different methods for helping one another grow in deeper relationships. Now, the third element of our strategy is giving, and more specifically, giving in service to one another and to the ministries of the church. As we've seen in many of our Sunday morning passages this last year, humility is arguably the defining quality or attribute of a growing Christian. Growing Christians inevitably become servants of others. And quite naturally then, we see the creation of opportunities to serve in ministries for the church and ministries of the church as crucial in helping us all become more like the one who served us in his life, death, and resurrection. And whether that is greeting in the parking lot on a Sunday morning or spending a day with one of our local ministry partners, giving of ourselves in service is an essential part of our strategy for cultivating the unwavering hope of Jesus in every generation. Now, the fourth and final element of our strategy is going. This part of our strategy speaks to evangelism and to missions. Maturing Christians carry the gospel with them everywhere they go, and they make intentional efforts to take the gospel to specific locations. And with our time, our money, and effort, all of our members need opportunities to go on mission, whether that's locally, nationally, or internationally. And the heart for this key part of our strategy has always existed within Beach Haven. And I am thrilled at the possibilities that are taking shape for us to excel in evangelism and missions as a church. All right, now, with our strategy complete, our vision frame lacks one final component, and that's a clear and compelling vision for the next 3 to 5 years. In our vision team update meeting at the end of August, we asked all of those present to tell us what they envisioned Beach Haven looking like in 5 years. And the results were fascinating in that they were remarkably similar to some of the things that our vision team has been discussing and praying about, even in our most recent meeting. You, our members, see a burgeoning life group ministry that inevitably requires a robust children and student ministries. They see baptisms at an all-time high. You see robust leadership development pipelines for college and graduate students. And of course, all of these things would necessitate upgrades and additions and adjustments to all of our resources, like our budgets and our schedules and our facilities. And it was very exciting to consider all of these things in advance of our vision team's last meeting with our navigator that's coming up at the end of September. So, looking ahead, your vision team is going to meet one more time with our navigator, Brian Rose, at the end of September. And we will likely meet once or twice in the fall in some shorter meetings to wrap things up. And I want you to know that we plan on bringing you another update digitally in October and then in person in November. And if all continues to go well, we're going to roll out the vision team's work on many Sundays in the winter and spring of 2025 and begin to execute our vision in the summer and fall of 2025. Therefore, I implore you to pray without ceasing for Beach Haven and for your vision team. Pray for unity in the team and the congregation. Pray for the Holy Spirit's leadership to be undeniably present and clear. Pray that none in our church family will fear change or treasure provision more than mission and vision. Pray for wisdom in discerning the use of resources for ministry strategies and outcomes. Pray for a clear and compelling vision that all of us understand and resonate with. Simply put, please pray.